My philosophy on coaching is, it's pretty basic really. I'm always wanting to take them to the next level. I want to see what level I can get them to. I'm a guru on the manu. You're mimicking the bird diving in. And I think that's where the manu idea comes from, to replicate that.
Hi, I'm Joe and I'm a professional Manu athlete.
Yeah, now this young guy, Joe, he's probably one of my favourites because he's the most unlikely person you'd expect to be good at this.
School, I was pretty academic. I was on my own most of the time, so I just kind of took advantage of that and kept to myself, and hit the books pretty hard. Learned a lot about the chemistry that they were using down at the pools, keeping the pH balance level and everything. A little bit of cash under the table to the cleaner, and I'd be in there for 3 hours extra.
He doesn't say much, which I really, really like. He doesn't have much of an opinion, which I really, really like. And he listens to what I say, which I really, really like.
First time Tyler contacted me, completely out of the blue. He must have just gotten the number from the pools. We sat down, had lunch. First time I'd ever had lobster. He said, "I've been watching you for some time." Tyler, not the lobster. And he said, "Look, I'm setting up this boot camp for yourself and some of your contemporaries, and I'm going to reveal to you the secrets of the Manu." I said, "What's the Manu?"
So my name is Angie.
I'm Emily.
And we are Manu athletes.
Angie and Emily, the two twin blondes. I picked them because I thought they were quite good at what they were doing. Really, honestly, they were doing the cannonball. And that's a hard one, especially at their young age, and it showed a lot of athleticism.
We grew up in Auckland. We were quite fortunate to live in quite a nice area. There are a few things that make it easy for people to tell us apart. You can probably see one of them already.
What?
I have a nipple.
Oh yeah, it sticks out like dog's balls. We feel so sorry for the people who are
How do people
twins.
survive out there on
Are
their
you
own?
okay? Are you like? How do you?
Yeah.
Who do you talk to?
What do you do? How do you survive?
How do you get through life without
don't know
your
how
little
they do it.
sidekick? I
Yeah.
couldn't imagine being one person.
Andrew and Ethan, oh my goodness, they are my favourites. Well, they're not my favourites, but I really like them.
My name's Andrew. I'm a professional Manu athlete. We're from Pawanui, the little Pawanui out in the village.
My name's Ethan, but you can call me Ethanator, just because I'm coming into this comp real strong.
He used to be bigger than me, but he's lost a bit of weight. He had a bit of a broken heart, but he's good now.
Really, I just seen the light.
Yeah.
That's all I seen, the light.
Gym life, this fella.
And the low carb beers, 4 tiki all day.
So I was over in Raglan, I was watching, just going for a walk there, and all of a sudden I saw this woman jumping off this blinking bridge, and I thought, wow. And it was fantastic, the skill was awesome. She was doing the staple, and the staple is one of my favourites from when I was a young fella. I used to love doing that one, and yeah, she just had it.
Hi, my name's Willow. How does Willow want to be today? Are you going to ask me a question or not?
Oh yeah, okay. Can you tell us a little bit about your upbringing?
No, I'm not going to talk about my upbringing. I love tattoos because they help me express in a certain point of time just who I am. I suppose I just didn't fear anything. I was quite fearless when I was younger, and I'm still fearless now. Sometimes I just need to bite my tongue, and it just gets away with me, and I always get into a fight or an argument. Yeah.
So Tude and Tama from Ngaruahi, that's where I discovered them, jumping off the railway bridge.
My name's Tude, and I'm Tama, and the girls call me Tiger.
Cheers.
We pretty much grew up in a small town in Ngaruahi. I'm the oldest. Nah. But not mentally.
Oh.
But the lengthwise, yes.
After being born in Hamilton, so obviously grew up in NGA, and then a couple of years later our mum passed away, so it was up to our dad to take care of us throughout that period, and after a couple of years after that, I guess we started seeing a few mums coming through.
So, a lot of mums. Always wanted to be a bigger fella. I ate a lot of McDonald's to try to get bigger, but unfortunately we got these rock hard six packs, these big chests and chiseled jawlines. Just another day.
In regards to boot camp, wow. These young athletes, they're in for a bit of a surprise.
First day of boot camp, I didn't really know what to expect. It sounded like it was going to be fairly intense. I kind of had the whole sort of full metal jacket thing running through my head.
Boot camp, what an experience. Nico was over the top friendly, like over the top wanting to talk to me, and I just ignored him because that is so annoying.
Yeah, we pretty much turned up to boot camp, and we met this big staunch Māori guy. His name was Nico, and yeah, pretty much went straight into training.
So we first turned up and we saw the boys. Bless, they're so cute. They're so cute.
One of the most obvious things straight off the bat was that there was going to be some competition for the girls, the blonde girls anyway. So that was Ture and Tama and the Pawanui boys all kind of squaring up against each other and with one eye each on the girls.
That was different. We weren't expecting these other boys to be there who were quite good looking. Yeah.
Angie and Emily, eh? Yeah. Couple of niceys.
Very nice. Yeah, definitely a competition, especially when there's other boys over there. What? Andrew, Ethan?
Tama and Ture, they don't know them.
They didn't take them up to Pawanui Hill, we did.
We gave them fish and chips.
Yeah, so it was these two twins, exactly like us, pretty much identical, and you know, we seen them walking down the beach one day with their snotty noses, you know, little kids, you know, walking around, and you know, being little, we were like, oh yeah, I got a crush on her.
Every summer we'd see them getting older.
Yeah, me and Emily would probably kick back at the dairy, eating some big bin pies, you know, those $2 deals. You get a can and a mince and cheese pie.
I vividly remember my first kiss with Ethan.
I can still remember it like it was yesterday.
And a lot to work on. Oh, should I run you through it? Okay, so you know, young teenagers, side by side. Look, I didn't know if he'd ever kissed someone before, and he confirmed it for me because he led with his tongue like a pūkana. Like, don't be too mean. He did. Katie.
We were walking up Pawanui Hill, got to the top. She put her arm around me, put her leg.
So she made the first move?
I led and I just gently put my hand on his cheek, pushed his little tongue back in, and softly initiated the first kiss, and from that point, did he get it? He got it.
That's what pushed us a lot. Yeah, because those girls were...
Okay, we'll start off. Right, I just want you guys to lie down. Just lie down in your spaces.
Stomach or back?
Oh, on the back, sorry, on the back.
Yeah, so our trainer Nico comes out and we were excited, we were pumped, we thought we were going to get into some heavy training. Yeah.
We all lie down, he says, shut your eyes. And, you know, that's not really the first thing you want to do when you're around a whole bunch of people you've never met before, but...
It was a bit weird, to be honest. We pretty much lied on the ground for a month and we didn't know what we were learning.
I don't know, I thought it would be more intense, like hitting the weights or even doing some bombs in the water, but he just got us lying on the floor.
That's what we had to do. We had to lie on the ground and be a bird. How ridiculous.
We shall progress from a fish to the mammals.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy, but I was too busy focused on the two girls. He told us to keep our eyes closed, but no, I couldn't keep my eyes closed.
Yeah, so he told us to think about birds and visualise birds, and all I could see was Emily. And then, you know, he's talking about the flying birds, eh?
End of boot camp, we didn't even realise was end of boot camp, and I think they planned it that way on purpose. Just one day we all came out to the mats, and the mats weren't there. Nico said, I've taught you everything I can. It's time to take these feelings and these associations you've developed and just go off and train on your own. You'll know when you're ready.
The media interest, even the general public interest, I've never experienced that before. But I just took it in my stride because I'm the captain, I'm the leader, and I want to make sure my athletes see me leading and leading by example.
Tell us, how did it feel out there, Joe, to win the first round of the Manu comp?
Good.
Oh, Joe winning, you know, he's a nice guy, you know. Sometimes I don't know if he knows what he's talking about, you know, but he's a nice guy, he deserved it. His technique was on form.
Yeah, we were so proud of him.
yeah.
He deserved to win too, because he was like that underdog.
I'm so glad that his NGA boys did a winner today.
Yeah. All those practices.
Yeah, no one
range,
likes a cocky person winning. No,
all those
no
practices
one.
they did on the NGA bridge. Nothing.
See?
Obviously the train was quicker than them.
Abs for what?
Is it hard competing against, I guess you say, friends who you've shared a lot of time with?
Oh yeah, there's no friends when it comes to this.
Are you happy with third place, yes or no?
No.
Tell me, the last time we spoke, there's possibly a bit of friction going on in the camp. Is there any friction, or is that all gone now?
Yeah, look, I think there's always a bit of drama floating around on competitions like these. We're pretty cruisy, we like to stay out of that, so it doesn't really worry us too much, but yeah, take it on the chin and roll with it.
Nico, how did you think the athletes went today?
I think they've got a lot to do more on their techniques. I mean, they think they're good. I don't think they're anywhere near the standard that I'm expecting.
And we have one of your top bombers, Joe. He doesn't seem to be gelling with the other students, the other athletes. He's a bit of a homebody, keeps to himself, but he's right up there with one of the best bombers that we've seen in New Zealand. How do you rate Joe, and how do you connect with Joe?
Yeah, there's another one. Joe, I like Joe. He's totally different from the rest, obviously, as you've alluded to. He's a bit of an introvert. I think my favourite would probably be, I would like to see Willow going, because I think she comes from a good background in regards to the environment and the way she leads her life. I think that she would be an outstanding person to promote the sport. But like I said, we've still got a long way to go. I don't think the athletes are seeing it the way I'm seeing it, but no, we'll get there. I mean, they've had a good result in this competition, but there's still a lot more room for improvement.
Life on the road was fun. Can't complain about that.
Yeah, dropping new towns, like everyone wanted us to go to their town and do a bomb in their town.
And just put on a show. It was like a big ass sports event. It was starting to get real huge in New Zealand. And the crowds were starting to get bigger and bigger. More phone calls, more sponsorships were coming through. Just everyone wanted to
A lot of kids coming to watch as well. And when there's a lot of kids, there's a lot of mums.
Life on the road was full on though. You were off and on the bus, carting luggage around, and I can't travel light. And my bags were heavy.
Life on the road was really just the biggest burst of freedom I'd ever had. Like I had never thought about it. I'd always been pretty happy left to my own devices and spent a lot of time in my own world, but just suddenly not only having freedom away from that, but the finances to actually make it an interesting, fun time. That was pretty big.
We have our favourite town, but the most fun town we went to was Paonui, because that's where Andrew and Ethan were from, and we went through and started carving up.
I thought, like, what the hell have I got myself into? Like, yep, the money's awesome, but do I have to put up with this every day? We're went to town after shitty town after another shitty town, and it was just real frustrating. Like, there were lots of fans wanting selfies, and the girls, you know, they loved it. They were in the element, and so were the NGA boys, tops off. But I just hated it. I wasn't having a bar of it, and I would just walk straight past everyone. No autographs.
So now we did have some issues amongst the athletes, you know, personal issues. You're going to get that in everywhere, where when you have people spending a lot of time together.
You could see like the strain in the team. Everyone was starting to fight. And yeah, honestly, it was a headache.
Tyler pulled us aside and had a bit of kōrero with us, you know, about drinking too much.
Drinking too much? We don't drink too much,
No.
do we? I didn't think. And having a few beers a night, I thought that didn't hurt.
Tude and Tama, they love to hit on us. And I feel like that did not sit well with Andrew and Ethan. It actually caused a lot of tension, and people were picking up on it.
The tension started rising between Andrew and Ethan, between us and Andrew and Ethan.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I think they were just jealous, maybe a bit over the girls, and us beating them as well.
Yeah.
You know, we're just here to have fun for the ride and then
just enjoy ourselves. And then these guys are taking it serious.
So those girls, they're a lot of times like, when we're on tour, they're on their phone, you know, Instagramming, Snapchatting, Tinder,
Bumble. I was looking behind in the bus and I could see them swiping right to heaps of boys.
the night that changed everything for us was probably the night of the party.
So it's another night, another party during the Manu tour.
The biggest night of the year also was the worst night.
Finally things just blow up between the Pawanui boys and Tama and Ture.
So the night of the fight, we pretty much minding our own business.
The boys were drinking hard out, as per. Everything fell apart and it was actually really underhanded. Ture and Tama shot daggers at the boys for their weight. They fat shamed them.
One of them asked us how our abs are, and you know, knowing us big boys, you know, we just didn't really take that.
We already had enough of them anyway, you know.
Fists, screaming, a little bit of blood even, you know, it was all going off.
Throwing the couple 1-2s.
Yeah, and
I
I
think
think
we got a few combos from Dad, you know, teaching us growing up.
hard. We're just on the ground pummeling each other. Girls are screaming in the back.
They pretty much pushed our limits, and yeah, we showed them what was up.
Clearly it's only going to be a matter of time before the bruises show up in the newspaper and the media really works itself into a frenzy, and you know, the fight was front page news.
And then Nico comes in and, you know, pretty much ends it, and he quits as well because he's seen all of us arguing and not the right thing to do.
Just couldn't believe it, to be honest. It was just happened, just like that.
I think Nico, all that hard work he put in, and you know, well, everyone's hating each other.
That was the night that shut it all down, and yeah, things went quiet for a while.
Those were some pretty dark weeks in between that time period.
So we actually got a call out of nowhere from Willow.
Unfortunately, we didn't even know that Nico was sick. I think he kind of held and carried this illness so well.
Yeah, when Nico died, sort of brought back memories of Mum as well, you know.
Yeah.
Having someone important in your life just pass away, and no, we didn't realise that he was sick.
Sorry, I can't.
It's quite heartbreaking for us to hear him
And we
of his passing.
we built a good friendship with him, you know. He meant a lot to us.
He was just wanting to pass the Manu bomb on before he passed away. That's probably why he was so quiet. the whole time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just wish we knew
Yeah.
that was going to happen. I would have spent more time with him rather than travelling around overseas. And you know, he's the one that got us to where we are now.
Everyone came together, the boys were mellow. I think Nico's passing as well, because he was such a monumental figure in our group. It softened everybody in a way. I think everyone kind of came out of their shells a little bit, you know. The boys were getting on. They actually sent quite the pressure of the competition as well. Yeah. And Willow was kind and engaging, and
very genuine.
Joe was even speaking.
Yeah, he was sharing a lot of memories.
It was really difficult, you know. We all kind of grown together with Nico over watching us, and now we were kind of all together again, but Nico was gone.
My phone starts going and ringing non-stop. I'm getting texts from the team to watch the news, and I'm like, what's happened now? What has Ethan done? And really, it's not about Ethan or any of the team. It's about me and Nico. So the media had broke that Nico was also my dad. The good thing is that he set this whole Manu World Series just to get closer to me. And I love him for that.
I mean, the one I'm really proud of is Willow. Yeah. So she's come a long way, and no, she's my favourite. I'm thinking, yeah. With Willow, she, you know, I like where she's coming from. I can feel where she's coming from. I understand. I can relate really well. She is just all about passion, with passion for things. And if you upset her, man, oh my goodness, she just turns into this little devil, this little, I don't know, taniwhara, I suppose you could call it. And she just goes crazy.
Yeah, so I think he didn't tell me that he's my dad. Maybe it was because back then I was real standoffish and he just didn't want to intrude into my life. He was always, you know, I think back now, he was always trying to talk to me. And maybe he was trying to tell me secretly, I'm not sure. But I just can't help but think shoulda, woulda, coulda, like, you know.
We started chatting with everyone, seeing how everyone was and stuff, and it was just a bit of an eye-opener for us to, you know, see how important life is, you know, someone like Nico.
Life's short, eh? I could see that everyone was quite devastated about Nico dying, so sort of made us closer, to be honest.
There's one thing I could say I'd learned from the Manu experience so far, and that Nico had imparted on me. It was that, yeah, it's good to win, and if you can win a lot, you know, that means you're good at what you do, but there's other things involved. It's not just about winning, it's about what you do to get there and how you define yourself along the way, and that's really been a simple message to learn, but one that took me a long time to hear.
I think it taught us a lot about what was important as well, and that framed everything up for us. What we thought was important no longer became important when we weren't together anymore.
I guess what that taught us is just to enjoy the time you have with people around you. Yeah. And I know the boys, Andrew and Ethan, you know, we still got a bit of beef with them, but, you know, life's short. Maybe we should make things good and right.
I think everyone can forgive it, especially after Nico's passing away. There's bigger things in life than just partying and girls and just being sponsored. You know, it's just enjoy it a little bit more. Emily and
Ethan's wedding, it was absolutely amazing. It was so beautiful. They did such a good job piecing it together, and the weather was perfect. And the fish and chip shop too, they're doing so well. Really proud of them.
I got down on one knee and I looked her in the eye and I said, "Girl, want to be my wife?" She said yes.
But we have some exciting news. Unfortunately, Emily is no longer on the tour, but we have a very special guest. Dad? He's going to be my money partner. Okay,
yeah. Look, it's a pretty emotional time. Like, you know, it's a big decision. I haven't taken it lightly, but I'm going to go on the World Manu Series.
Okay, so big announcement and exciting news on the coach front. Yeah, we've got a new coach and it's going to be a big surprise.
For me to be selected as the Manu head coach of this World Series, it's an absolute honour. I've been lucky enough to be involved in sport, and when I put my application in, it was really a dream for me to be accepted and to actually win the appointment, so excited about it.
Look, I've got some advice to my son-in-law, Ethan.
Sounds so weird.
It does, eh? Look,
Yeah.
we'll get used to it. It's just time.
It is.
Look, I've got some advice for you. You look after my daughter, okay? I know you've got some talents, and I know your fish and chip shop's going pretty well in it. And look, next time we're up, I want a hot dog, one of your best hot dogs, okay? And a scoop and a half. What are you going to go?
A battered Mars bar.
A bit. Oh well, careful. A battered Mars bar.
Dad, I need to put on weight for the series. Helps with my...
Yeah, the World Series is coming up. It's a good point, but you look after her. That's the short version. Look after her. I know where you're at.
Well, we've had a big discussion about the type of swimwear we're going to use, and you know, people talking about the board shorts and the speedos, but we're going for the budgie smugglers.
So I've learned that I actually really like people. Not something I ever expected to like. Live in Hamilton, which recently experienced a housing boom, aka meth lab explosion.
I thought straight away, well, we could probably try get the win for Nico.
What I think I like the most about people is that we're all different, and the best thing about differences is that they can be put aside. And you know, when you get a whole lot of different fruit together, you get one big beautiful fruit salad.
I guess that's me signing off. And yeah, it's been great sharing the experiences with you guys. And I'll catch up with you guys on the other side. Manu forever, I'm thinking.
Like swimming in a womb.
You remember, like Emily, like always had a snotty nose.
Just the fact, you know, that she was going to little sticks, you know, not a big boy like me. I'll look after her.
Okay, let's change the words. Oh, we're having a laugh.
My name's Tude, and my name's Summer. I'm a man. No, fuck that one. We'll start again.
You know, the perfect build at the moment to be a great Manu.
Oh no, I'm not gaming. I'm just tubing. Is that weird?
No, it's so good. You might feel it, but it's unbelievable. Manu Tours. Yep, shut that door, man.